You ready for the one and only show, man? Live from Houston, Texas. It's the go-to girl, professional comedian, TV producer, and founder of MarriedDate.com. It's millionaire matchmaker, Amir.
Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl matchmaker Neal. It is Thursday, so y'all know what that means. It's time to get on the sexy single sofa, and I have got a really big treat for you. This guy is used to being on the other side of the interview process here, but today I have got Houston's legendary on-air personality. Y'all give it up for Amir Diamond.
I like that. Legendary.
Hey.
You said it's throwback.
See?
Well, you said it's Thursday. You know what that means. I said throw it back. It's time to throw it back. But no,
now
we're
what
not
you
doing
do on
that.
the dating got nothing to do with me, okay?
No, we're not throwing it back on the date.
Hey, I ain't mad at you. My last person that sat on the sexy single sofa got married in 86 days.
Shut up.
True story. The wedding was 3 weeks ago.
Oh, a success story.
This is
I
for
love
real.
it.
I have been a matchmaker for 17 years. I have never had a client get divorced. My mama was a matchmaker, matched and married all her friends to their husbands. My mama never had a divorce for any of her friends. So it's one of those things, sometimes my matchmaking clients can get a little frustrated with me because they want me to hurry up and do it.
Yeah, but
I'm like,
time.
it's a gift. Like, I have to vibe on it. I'm not just trying to throw you a body. I'm trying to get somebody that I'm like, wow, this could be the person, right? And so today, guys, we're going to talk to Amir because, hey, when you're what I call a total package, right?
Appreciate it.
So when I do, each year I name Houston's top 10 most eligible bachelors, bachelorettes, and top 20 power couples, right? You definitely would be one of the total package winners. So we'll just, I didn't do it this year, but if you did, we'll clap for you.
You didn't do it this year, so does it really count?
Yeah. In my imagination, party in my head.
No, but that's a really good compliment. I appreciate it. I'm blushing already.
Yeah.
Look, are you single? Where's some?
Yes, you know what I'm saying.
Are you single?
Yeah, that's what people want to know why I'm a matchmaker. I'm like, because I get first dibs, okay? But
That's funny.
but you know what's so funny? When I am on the opposite side of and somebody's interviewing me for something, that's one of the first questions they want to know about me too. It's like, are you single? The reality of it is, most of my comedy that I've been doing has been about being a single matchmaker. Because the reality of it is just because you have a gift that you can help people, like I call it, it's like a knowing. I just kind of know who should be together. It's like a gift of discernment on steroids, But that don't mean I can do it for me. That just means I can do it for everybody else.
I was going to say, that happens with not just that type of situation, but a lot of other situations we're able to help everybody else. But in that same instance, we can't figure it out for ourselves.
Did you know that a majority of therapists have therapists? And
I mean, I would imagine that too.
Yeah, and they say most therapists become therapists to figure out what's wrong with them. And the thing is, it's kind of funny. My mom, ironically, who, like I said, matched and married all her friends to their husbands, she had multiple divorces. And that's the thing, but she grew up that's where we get into the generational curses. So just because you have a gift of discernment doesn't mean you weren't born in some BS, right? So that's where we have to heal, we have to reparent ourselves. And a lot of times people out here say they're looking for love, but they're looking for a nurse or a purse. They're looking for healing, okay?
A nurse or a purse.
Yes, they want somebody to take care of them. You know what I mean? And that's why I always say it's hard to meet people in church, okay? Because you would think going to church would be the place to go. But let me tell you what I found with dating in the church, okay? It's one of three things happen. Number one, people go to church for worship, and some people feel like it's sacrilegious to try to find your boo there. I'm like, you would think it would be the best place.
Are you preaching right now?
Am I? Because I can't. I am
Yes,
a
you
minister.
are.
I actually am a minister.
I swear to you.
Yeah.
There are people that I know who go to church in order, just to try to find somebody.
Yeah.
That's not what church is for.
See, and so you're in the first category. People feel like that ain't what it's for. So you wouldn't even consider that, right? So that's one of the three. That's one. The second one is I have found that there are people, I think of a church as like a hospital. People go for healing, for, rejuvenation and tapping into their spirit. And usually are going, the church is where you think of the first place to go if you're going through something painful, right? So some people are in a healing process and they're not ready to date. And then the last group, man, some of the singles groups, honey, all you need to do is you need to have one of those detachable skirts. So when you walk out, you can go straight to the club, okay? Because some of these singles groups are like Club Church USA, you know what I'm saying? And they got just as many players and people trying to prey on the people that they feel are the good, good people in church. So church is very tricky. It makes it very hard to meet people. And it cracks me up because you really should be able to come as you are. But a lot of people go to church and just feel judged.
Well, I was going to say, like, even for me, like, I wouldn't go to church in order to find somebody because homosexuality in the church, like, that's not the place for me to try to find somebody.
Well, and that's the thing I think where, I was raised Christian and we grew up a lot of Christians. And so when my grandmother told me that the Catholic family next door, somebody was going to hell because they weren't saved in the same belief system that we were in, that when I was 18, I was like, I just don't accept that. And I can understand too, if I was part of the LGBTQ community, I would also be feel rejected, you know what I'm saying, not accepted. But true Christians, people that are really examples of Christianity, when you think about Jesus in general, who did Jesus hang out with?
He accepted everybody.
He accepted
prostitutes.
Hello? The tax collectors, the prostitutes, the murderers. If you go look at his disciples, honey, that wasn't the 12 disciples. That was the 12 gang members of Jesus, okay?
But that's the thing. You're supposed to be, if you're a man or a woman of Christ, you're supposed to go to those types of places in order to try to save them.
Exactly. But here's the thing. If you're so busy judging or somebody walks in and you automatically know you're getting it breathed down your throat what their belief system is. But if you walk into a place and you don't feel accepted, and this is with anything, it could be your job, it could be your relationship, your friendship, and your church, if you walk into a place and you don't feel accepted to be who you are, and you just feel judged, you think, how open do you really think you're going to do? How open do you think you're going to become?
Yeah, that's true.
And so we need to be more Christ-like in that sense, that we need to understand it's not about the judgment, and see, that's where... It's funny you say that because my next comedy show is going to be called the Cussin' Christian Comedy Show, because I am blatant about, yes, I'm a Christian, but I cuss like a sailor. Yeah. But I can't stand, that's the main people being judgmental. Oh my God, I can't believe you cuss. Well, if you knew the word, you would know it says that sin begins in the thought, not the deed. So you already did it too. You know you cussed somebody on the parking lot on the way into the church, Miss Taylor. Quit fronting for us, okay?
And if you didn't, there's something that you did that you shouldn't have been doing.
Right. So it's really about getting to a place of getting self-aware enough with your own crap to know that just because somebody struggles with something that you don't feel like you struggle with, or you are doing something that you don't feel like they should, that's not your place. Yeah. Your place is to love them and make them be accepted and be Christ-like and not judge people. And so it can be even, it's harder because you're only compatible. This is anybody, straight or gay, don't matter. Our compatibility is 3%. We're only compatible with 3% of the people we meet. But when you think about 8 billion people on this planet, you've got tens of thousands of choices. You really do. So there's somebody out there for everybody, and it is really about, I think, in church, in work, in friendship, and in love, it really is about being accepted. We talked about this the other day about how to tell if a friend could be your soulmate. And one of the first things is if you can be yourself. If you don't have to wear a mask. You ever been in a dating relationship where you feel like you gotta walk on eggshells?
I don't want to be in a relationship with my friends. So
you know what I'm saying? But you do want to be friends. You do want to build a foundation of friendship, because looks will not always sustain.
Oh yeah, beauty fades.
Beauty fades. One of my favorite pictures was this couple. They were both models in college, got married, and her face burned off in a fire. But then you see him back on the red carpet with her, like, yeah, that's my boo. That's the kind of relationship we're looking for. So we're going to take a quick break here in just a minute. But I want to ask you, when we come back today, guys, we are spotlighting Amir Diamond. He is one of Houston's top 10 most eligible bachelors. And we want to find out from him, what is it that he's looking for? Because it's really hard. And then him being in entertainment takes it to another level of difficulty, because the thing that people admire about him is usually going to be the thing that they have a problem with in the end. You see what I'm saying? They think they admire it, but then when they see that it's not everything that they think it is, or it's not, they're not benefiting in some way they think they should, then all of a sudden, okay, I'll talk to you later, All right, guys, when we come back, we're going to talk to Amir Diamond. We're going to find out what he's looking for.
I feel like you know me already. You told them everything that I be going through.
I'm an
Jeez.
empath. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm an empath. That's why I want to do this live, so people can see this is a real gift. This is like, this is what I do. It's like a knowing. It's like when I vibe on you, it's like I am you. I don't know how to explain. I just get this energy, right? I can read people. I can feel people through you. I don't even know. That's the crazy part. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk to Amir and find out what it is that he's looking for, and we're going to see if you want to meet Amir, if you want to go on a date with him, right into the show, go to the Amber Neal Show on Facebook, leave us a DM. We will filter the matches. If we find a suitable match, we'll send you guys out on a date. We will send the cameras to follow you, and we will ask you to come back to do the reveal to determine if it is a match made in Houston. We'll be right back.
Maridate, Houston's first private social club for couples.
It all started when one of Jen's friends brought her out to a bar and she didn't want to go out. She saw me and said she's going to marry that guy. Her friends thought it was funny. The next night we met. This was 2 days before Christmas. And then we've been together ever since. That was 2007. We hung out that night, didn't even know each other's names. And then eventually we started hanging out and got together, got engaged January of 2008. Got married April of 2009. And we have 2 kids and a third that we just had a month and a half ago in May. So now we have 3 kids, own a business, been together for 14 years now, and no turning back from there. Everybody said we wouldn't make it. We've been through trials and tribulations, made sure that we always stuck by each other's side and took care of everything we're supposed to, and we've been tested a lot. We have been tested hard. Other than that, we have enjoyed life. We travel. We enjoy spending time with each other 24 hours a day. Never a dull moment, never separation. It's actually been great.
Join Maridate today by visiting www.maridate.com.
Watching a great show on Boss Up Houston Network. Have you heard? They're bossing up, okay? And I heard they're looking for you. Any podcasters, talk show hosts, if you're a writer or producer, we definitely need you. Come aboard and boss up.
Are you a small business owner that is struggling to promote your company?
Our topic today is, what's your status?
Shoot the dice at this point.
You just shoot the dice. Roll the dice.
So...
Yes.
Hey, how y'all doing? It's attorneys.
I love it.
Imagine being televised on a national platform. How about being a host or sponsor on a syndicated podcast? Or being featured on exclusive promotions and interview for your product to your ideal customer? Hi, I'm Kayla Sneed, and I'm head of sales with Boss Up Houston. And here at Boss Up, we like to help small business owners and entrepreneurs advertise, promote, or become a sponsor for one of our television, podcast, or radio shows. All you have to do is click the link down below to see if you qualify. I'll be seeing you soon.
This is Boss Up Houston, where we look up, stay up, and boss up.
Welcome back into the Amber Neal Show. It is Thirsty Thursdays. Shout out to DJ Houston. We miss you guys. We can't wait to see you back in studio next week.
Bro.
He really wanted to be here today too.
Hopefully you're doing well. Please get well soon, bro. Please, please, please.
Yes, take care of yourself. And so today, guys, we have Amir Diamond, legendary on-air personality from H-Town, baby, and we are talking to him about why the hell is he single? Because you're a total package. Okay, let me ask you this way. So we're going to jump right into the matchmaking part. This is what I always ask my clients. What is your perspective of why you're single? And then after you answer that, tell me why your family and friends think you're single. So let's start there.
Oh, okay, first.
Yeah.
I think
the truth is somewhere in the middle.
Okay, well, I would say that I've done the work to realize that I can't put the blame on everybody else. So I try to figure out why, like you said, why am I single? What did I do in order to not have somebody? And I think that I was choosing the wrong people.
You know, that's the number one thing that it takes to find the right person is being self-aware enough to know you got to get real with your own crap. You know what I'm saying? Because more than likely, even though you could be a good person all day long, but if you don't understand, if there's something in you that you are attracting, you could be, your picker could be broken. It's the same person, different body, or you could be let me build a boo. Like,
and normally, I guess I was attracted to people who aren't emotionally there.
Available.
Yeah, emotionally available.
Does that mean you weren't?
That means that I am too, yeah.
See?
We attract what we're ready for. Yeah,
exactly.
We're attracted what we're ready for. But now, I know that is not what I want. I want somebody who is there, somebody who is ready. I'm getting older. I'm 32 years old.
Ooh.
I don't want to be single for the rest of my life.
I
need somebody who is emotionally available.
Okay, and it starts with you. And you know what's amazing? Once you get to that realization, because see, a lot of people try to lie to themselves, and listen. So the law of attraction, you want to be in a neutral energy of let it happen how it's going to happen. Don't try to control how it happens. It could be anything that anything can happen, right? But at the same time, you want to let it go. But at the same time, people fool themselves by telling themselves, oh, I don't care if I find love. Oh, I don't need nobody. I'm good by myself. That's the lie. So that's number one. So for you to be self-aware, and we talk about this all the time on the show, the number one thing before you start dating is you have to be self-aware enough to know that you might be the reason you're single. Okay? And I don't mean that in a funny way. But literally, it's just because you may not be emotionally. You think you're available. You think, oh, I'm ready. I want to meet somebody. But then when you actually meet them, you're finding out, okay, everybody's emotionally unavailable. Because you know why? Because
I am.
Exactly.
Or I was. I don't think that I am now. Or maybe it's just like a small percentage where I'm not used to being that way. So now it's probably a little bit. I got to admit, it's probably a little bit. But I'm trying to work that out of myself.
Exactly.
And I think that, and I could be wrong. You can tell me if I'm incorrect or not.
There's no right or wrong in this, honey. This is love.
Well, I would just say that I think that it would take somebody to help me release that energy.
I think that's something you see. It's about being confident to know that you are 100% complete without somebody. That's number one. You have to get to that energy of being okay alone. That's number one.
Oh yeah, I'm happy alone because I've also made some mistakes as well to where I was rushing in love and it could have been I could like not be here.
I know that. God's protection. I'm telling you, man. Trust me, I've been through that too. And that's the thing.
I don't want to get like dark and deep.
No, we don't have to go there. No, enough said. Trust me. Anybody who's been through that, we nanu. Okay, we know what the hell you're talking about. But that's the thing is, that last part that you're talking about, that part where you're like, I'm like 80% there, but there's that last 20. That last 20 is because you don't trust yourself. You don't trust your judgment because you put yourself in some stuff in the past it turned out bad. So now you're kind of like, because here's the foundation of a relationship. You've got to be able to trust each other, right? But guess what you have to do to establish the trust? You have to be willing to be vulnerable. And that is the part when you get all the way to the line and then it requires, oh my God, I've got to risk my heart again. Nope. You know what I'm saying? And that's where you think you want it and all of a sudden you're running. Because even though you want it, but you're not available to be vulnerable. And that's the part you have to get because you can't get to trust without vulnerability. And you can't have a relationship without trust. So you have to get to that brave place of going, you know what? It's okay to make mistakes, though. Don't live in shame and don't beat yourself up over it. So what? We all made mistakes. Hell, you know what I'm saying? That's why they say hire a teenager while they still know everything.
With the last person that I dated, I was vulnerable, but they weren't vulnerable, and I kind of saw a little bit of myself in them, or I would say like my past self, to where they did not want to release that last bit of energy to be vulnerable. So that was the fallout.
It is always going to be the fallout, because at the end of the day, when you feel resistance, when you feel like when you're going against your, because it requires self-love, right? You have, and when somebody makes you pick between loving them and loving yourself, that's when it becomes a problem, right?
A problem where, like, for both parties, or for
you,
me,
for you,
for Amir?
Yeah, you gotta be true to yourself.
Am I supposed to choose me, or am I supposed to choose them?
You're supposed to choose you every time.
Okay, bet.
Every time. You
bet.
know, hell, even in the damn airplane, they tell you put your mask on first.
Yeah.
But because what good are you to anybody if you are not healthy and whole in yourself? And that is why our focus with Married Date is to go to mental health, because 80% of Americans suffer from some kind of anxiety, depression. Look at the world we live in.
Yeah.
That is why people drink and escape, because people are trying to escape this harsh reality. And so the thing is, we hope we can find somebody that can make it a little bit easier and bearable and have some love in our world. But the reality of it is, if they if they're not healed, this is what you need to look for in your ideal mate. The number one thing is self-aware, that they can admit that they have bad energy or they haven't healed. Because if they're not, you try to tell them you need to go heal, and they're gonna be, I don't need to heal. I know what you're talking about. I'm this. I've accomplished this. Hey, listen, success can also be a form of coping.
You know, once again, they told me that in the beginning, that they had toxic ways and that they needed to heal, but I didn't believe them. I thought it was a front.
Yeah. Yeah, and they do. Demons have to tell you that shit up front. I mean, that's just the way it is. But we want to believe what we want to believe, and especially if we're super attracted to them. Ooh, honey, lust will have you feeling like it's love all day long. You go there digmatized, like, oh, I think I love him, and it ain't that. You know what I'm saying?
Love at first sight.
Love at first, yeah. I try to keep it cleaner, but that ain't love, okay? And that's here. But you know what the difference between love and lust is? Is the ego. One is ego based, and one is selfless. One is about giving and loving and long suffering. That part right there, you're gonna go through some stuff. People are gonna let you down. We're human. It's about not being with somebody who don't give a damn if they let you down. If they're malicious about trying to hurt you, or they're vindictive. You want to be with somebody that cares about you as much as they care about themselves. Obviously, we have to look out for ourselves. But when you start, where depression and sadness starts creeping in, is when we know we're not being true to ourselves. We know we deserve better. We know this is not fulfilling. But that's where we have to completely heal in ourselves, so that we can get to a place of peace of going, it's okay if I'm with them or not. Anything you need to be happy, the enemy can use against you to make you miserable. So that's where you got to get to that neutral place of being like, I'm cool with it and I'm cool without it, right? But the thing is believe people when they tell you who they are, right? Yeah. And this is the one thing we've really been focusing on the show, is to really slow down and build the friendship. Get to know the person. Spend some time with them. Find out what kind of common interest you have, because we've all heard this saying that opposites attract, but the studies show opposites don't stay together as much as people that have common hobbies. Because think about it. If you want to go canoeing every Saturday and they're like, I ain't getting off the couch, eventually you're doing all that crap alone. And even Robin Williams said the most depressing thing in a relationship is to be with somebody and still feel alone. And so it's really about that is when it's okay to compromise. We all have to compromise. But it's really, that's why there's 3 stages to a relationship. And the one is the infatuation. That's where we're effing like rabbits. We're in heat. We can't get enough of each other. That sort of thing, right? That is very necessary for when the other 2 stages come, because that's when it gets hard, right? And if you didn't have that bond through the lovemaking and the intimacy, you wouldn't probably be able to sustain it. So let's say you get past the infatuation and now you're moved into the disillusionment phase. The disillusionment is when you find out they're not Prince Charming. They're not as great as I thought they were. They suck. They're a slob. They got, you find out things about them that are annoying but not deal breakers, right? Now, most couples don't make it through the disillusionment phase, because that's when you find out it's lust. Because remember, lust is ego-based and it's self-serving. So if you're with a self-serving person and it comes time to compromise and what you need, they're not going to do it. They're going to bounce, right? But if you can get through that part of the disillusionment and go, okay, well, you're not the way I completely thought you were, but it's nothing that's a deal breaker, then we got to get to the negotiation phase. And that is, I always say that marriage is a business, because anytime you're putting your money, your finances, and your plans into place, you do have to treat it like it is a business. But the sad part is some people treat their business partners better than they treat their own mate. So it's really about getting to those stages. Now, let me ask you this. So the second part of that question we had earlier was, what would your family and friends say is the reason you're single?
My family, my family and friends would say that I'm closed off, I don't trust people, and I don't know how to forgive or compromise.
Stubborn bull, huh?
That's the Taurus in me.
That's the Taurus, my son. I'm like, you sound like my son.
That's the Taurus in me.
But you know what's so funny? One thing I can say about most of the Tauruses I've ever met in my life, y'all are very loyal people. Like, y'all love hard, and you're very genuine. And when you give somebody a chance, like, you go all in. Like, there's no,
halfway
delay,
in, halfway out.
It's all
gray
in.
area, no.
So for you, it's interesting because that's an earth sign. So definitely, there's some signs. What signs are you like, hell no? So if you're this sign, he ain't even interested.
Leo, middle fingers up. Sagittarius, middle fingers up. Aquarius, I don't know too much about y'all, but I feel like that might be a reason why.
Don't do that.
I don't know y'all like that.
Nah. Aquarius, I could be like, this is a white piece of paper, and they'd be like, well, if you look at it, it's actually
black, but
it's black, and the white area
enough,
on it, yeah.
Then it becomes white.
It's creative. They get this whole other level of creativity, and I'm like, I'm not doing that with you. But okay, so definitely no Sagittarius, definitely no Leos.
But at the same time, I don't want to get caught up on signs, because I mean,
it's not real. I mean, it's for fun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But those are the ones that I'll know to be more leery of. You know what I'm saying? I'll have to double check that, right? Now, age range. So you're 32. Mm-hmm. What age range are you open to? You a older, more established person, or somebody who's young and full of life, or somebody that's an old soul? Like, are you adventurous? You like to get out, or are you more like a homebody?
I'm a homebody, but my career calls for me going out all the time.
See, that's what I was saying. People get disillusioned by entertainers. They think that we're always out partying. Like, we're so much out for our career that when we get some downtime, I ain't going nowhere. Like, I'm chilling. I'm at the house.
I would say probably 28 to 34, 35.
Now, where do you get the 28 number from? You're 32. You have a bigger range than that. Or is it a maturity that you're looking for?
I mean, I would do 26.
26.
Nothing
to 36?
Possibly 36.
Like a 10-year. I would say like a 10-year window.
That's fine. 26 to 36
fine. Okay, 26 to 36. What deal breakers do you have? Are there any religion, politics, children? You live at home with your mom? Like, I mean, what are the deal breakers?
No smoking cigarettes.
No smoking cigarettes. He's 420 friendly. Okay, what else?
Well, I'm not
saying he is. I'm saying he would tolerate it.
Yeah, I would tolerate it. And good hygiene.
Oh, ain't that ridiculous? You got to say that.
That is sad that I have to say that.
Honey,
but
I
there's so many people of age in that age group that I just mentioned that do not have good hygiene, and that is a total turn off.
I'm sorry. That is, because I got traumatized one time by a guy when I was in college. I was like, I had to tell him, brush your teeth, take a shower. I mean, like, you were in college, and I got to tell you to.
No, not happening.
What happened? You missed the bath.
I don't know why that has become
bad hygiene. All right. What about politics have really divided the nation. You don't have to say your political stance, but do you have a deal breaker when it comes to anything political?
I think that I do.
Okay.
I just want somebody who treats others right. So I guess maybe it doesn't matter what your political stance is. If you treat the janitor in a kind way, then
that's what my daddy told me.
It's all about respect.
That part. It really is. That is very well said, because that is 100% it. It is, as long as you can say anything you want to somebody, as long as you say it in respect. And my daddy told me a long time ago, you treat the janitor the same way you treat CEO. Well, who are you? Like, we're all human. So what? You know what I mean?
Look, you could be at the top of your game. You could be that CEO, and then the next day, as soon as you get that feeling that you're the best and you're above everybody else, you'll become humble.
That's right. Oh, yeah.
You'll become real humble real quick.
You see the same ones going down, okay, that you saw coming up. You just never know when that could be you. And that's the thing. You want to understand that those are blessings, not nothing you did. And I always say, if your calling is, if you don't require like a supernatural kind of favor or blessing, I feel like your dreams are too small. I feel like you should go for something that's supernatural and super amazing. When we come back, guys, we're going to finish talking to this week's Sexy Single Sofa Spotlight Single of the Week, the legendary honor personality Amir Diamond. We're going to come back and talk to him, and we're going to go ahead and jump into our topic of 6 of the worst conditions in a relationship. We'll be right back.
Maridate, Houston's first private social club for couples.
Hello, I'm Larry.
And I'm Denise. And we are the Scotts.
Denise and I have been married for almost a year now, and it has been a thrill.
Yes, it has. We are always honeymooning and always on the go, doing something as a couple.
And that's what I love about my wife, Denise. She is full of energy, she's full of excitement, and she is full of love.
And I love you for allowing me to shine my love in your life. And I'm super ready to share a lifetime of memory with you.
She's my wife.
He's my husband.
She's my friend.
He's my friend.
She's my everything.
He's my everything.
She's my queen.
He's my king.
She's my lifetime.
He's my lifetime. This is what makes a happy marriage.
And we both believe what God put together, no one can ever tear apart.
Join Maridate today by visiting www.maridate.com.
Want to be a boss? You're watching Boss Up Houston Network. It's Boss Up Houston, where we look up, stay up, and boss up.
Show. It is Thirsty Thursdays. We're all sitting on the Sexy Single Sofa.
I was going to bring you a drink, but I didn't know if we could drink on camera or what we could do here. So next time that I come through, I'll bring you a shot. Clear or dark?
Clear.
Okay, clear.
And especially when we have to follow up with his date, that we're gonna hook you. We're gonna find the right person for you. We're gonna hook you up.
Yes,
we're gonna send you out on a date. I believe in that. I'm serious. Like we're gonna speak it into existence. We're gonna co-create it together. We're gonna find you the love of your life, and and I actually can officiate weddings, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, so just FYI, okay? One of my other friends, DJ Houston, had asked me. He's like, "If I ever get married, will you do my wedding?" I'm like, let me go ahead and let me get signed up and get my little certificate. I can do that now. So Guys, today we are talking with the legendary on-air personality Amir Diamond about why he is single, sitting on the sexy single sofa. And, you know, the thing about when we asked you before the break, why do you feel like you're single? And you basically were like, hey, it's, you know, it's me. I want to be more open, and you've really been working on your self-love journey to really become what you want to attract. And so that's a beautiful thing that you are self-aware of that. You're working on yourself, and that's all we can ask for. And so speaking of law of attraction, so instead of getting negative as a single, the universe does not know what you want. It only knows what you think about. So if all you think about is deficit, lack, what's missing, that's what you want. You want some more deficit, lack, and what's missing. So instead, what I'm going to challenge you to co-create with me on this, I need you to stay in a positive energy. I need you to believe that they exist, number one. And so as you get excited about when you're spending time alone and go, you know what? I'm
getting excited right now because that's exactly what I need to do.
I know. We're going to do it today, I'm telling you. Get excited. Start listening to love songs. Start making room in your closet. Start preparing for this relationship because if you believe it, you will achieve it, right? And so don't look at the deficit. Look at, you know what, I'm working on me. I know that my ideal partner is also working on themselves. And so the longer it takes, I'm more excited about that because the more healed they're going to be, the more ready they're going to be, the more it's just going to be a little easier. You know, where there is resistance, that's your sign that's probably not for you, or at least not right now, right? So today, guys, if you want to meet Amir, write into the show, at the Amber Neal Show, and we will send you guys out on a date, if you get past my filtering, of course. Do not contact him directly. He ain't trying to get blown up over this. This is the service we're doing. We're going to filter for Amir to find out who is worthy.
Listen to what she's saying right now. We need somebody who follows directions.
Oh, we do need that. Oh, and can spell and knows the proper when to use the Y-O-U-R or Y-O-U''re.
Yes.
Gosh, please be able to spell. That's for me, not for him. Anyway, but that's the thing is diamond. I mean, when you think of a diamond, you think about some of the best treasures are buried deep in the earth. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't know your worth, who will? So that's the thing today. So we're going to jump through and talk about 6 of the worst kind of situations that 6 worst conditions in a relationship that you could deal with. So I'm going to read these off and see what Amir says, because I feel like you can get to know Amir a little bit better if you can kind of see what he thinks about these conditions in the relationship. You ready?
I thought I was more nervous about the interview. I'm more nervous about this part right here. This little game that we got going on.
Yeah, we got a game. But
let's go.
Always fun.
I'm here for it.
It's always fun. Okay. Number 1, okay, here we go. When your partner starts hiding things from you, this doesn't make you angry, it breaks you. Because back to the vulnerability to get the trust. What breaks you is that you gave your heart again and then you get mad and it breaks you because you're like, God, I did it again. And then you start getting mad at yourself and then you start getting that negative place of, I'm giving up on love. I don't believe in love. I don't want love. And that's the lie. You do. But if we're honest with ourselves, we knew from the beginning that was going to be a person that was going to hide things from us. But even though we may not really see it in the moment, if you look back at it, you're going, yeah, I kind of knew that he was going to be, mischievous and deceitful. What do you think about that? So if your partner starts hiding things from you, does it make you angry or does it make you hurt?
It makes me angry, and it makes me wonder why they couldn't trust me enough to tell me or show me what they were trying to hide from me.
Well, see, and let me give you some peace of mind with that. Once you understand that people's behavior is 100% to do with them, and it goes back to the vulnerability, and they can like you or love you all day long and want to be with you all day long, but when it gets they've got to be vulnerable too, and then they kind of freak out. And they don't share with you and they hide things because A, they don't feel worthy to tell you, or they feel like they'll be judged, or they'll feel like you won't like them anymore. And honey, let me tell you, that's why people don't go shop for Lamborghinis when they can't afford it, because you just might be too expensive for somebody. And I don't mean the money. I'm just saying that when you're healthy, healed, and whole, and you are confident, somebody who has secrets, you're only as sick as your secrets. So they're not healthy and healed. And that's the thing. Once you become healthy and healed all the way, you will start recognizing healed or unhealed people. And you'll start putting them in categories. Healed or unhealed.
That's another thing that a lot of people I've dated have told me, that I'm too good for them. And I'm like,
See?
what does that mean?
Yeah, that's exactly
I don't
what I'm
believe
talking
that
about.
to be true. Like, wouldn't
See?
you want somebody who's
No, they don't feel like they
on
deserve
a
you.
higher level or on the same level as you?
They do, but they don't feel they deserve it. And that is why they self-sabotage with you every time. Because they don't... Yes, you are too good for them, but what they're... This is my favorite word I say on translation. What that really means is, I'm not good enough for you. That's what they're really saying. So when somebody says that, believe that, because they will self-sabotage until they heal to a point that they feel they are worthy of your love. You see what I'm saying? And he's in entertainment. So, I mean, that right there, if people that are unhealed can be jealous, insecure, they're always, do you have to go to your gig? Do you have to go to your job? Do you have to go to there? Why can't you? I had one guy tell me one time, well, if you'll quit doing comedy and being a matchmaker and go back to school and be a nurse, we can get married. What? Yeah. I wouldn't even look good in a nurse's outfit. That's not made for my body type. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's just being true to yourself. That's why I say you got to be true to yourself, because you can love somebody enough that if you're not confident in who you are and what you deserve, you will also self-sabotage in a relationship as well. So...
Okay.
All right, guys. We going to church today. If y'all want to meet Amir, right into the show, the Amber Neal Show, DM us. Let us know what's going on. We'll filter that out. And then we've got some really great candidates.
I got a lot of work I need to do.
Hey, I'm here for it, though. You know what I mean? But that's what I really, honest to God, have said this my whole career. I feel like people need date coaching more than they need matchmaking. You know what I'm saying? Because matchmaking is really just boils down to preferences, mm-hmm. right? And it's about not dating 97 frogs to get to the top 3 you like. So mm-hmm. matchmaking is a convenience of time so that I can use my gift to discern through the BS for you. But what people still need is, and this is why I've stayed involved with my clients. I've never had a client get divorced, because even once I matchmake you, I stay involved with you even after you're married. Just, I'm here for you. I can mediate for you. I can give you experts. So it's really about helping you not blow it if I find the perfect person for you, because there's some work you still have to do. Mm-hmm. But the main thing is, guys, we got to stop living in shame. We're only sick as our secrets. So we got to, no matter what you've been through, somebody else has been through that or worse. And it's okay. And forgive yourself if you allowed yourself to be mistreated. But then don't do it again. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Okay, number 2, guys. These are 6 of the worst conditions in relationships that you could go through. And we're going to see what Amir thinks. Number two, when your partner... Ooh, I hate this one. When your partner starts comparing you with somebody else. See, that's where you got to have the confidence to go, look, if God thought I needed to be on the earth, first of all, I must be pretty special. Second of all, I got my own freaking thumbprint. Why would I want to copy yours? That is, again, it's just a lack of confidence and worth and understanding that when somebody's comparing you, you know what they're doing? It's because they're comparing themselves to everybody else. So people judge you how they judge others, right? So if they feel like they're constantly being compared, or they're constantly looking at a deficit, negative energy of like, oh, I don't have that. Well, that's not me. Well, I haven't accomplished that. I don't drive that. I don't live there. Why would they want to talk to me? So that's what it is when your partner starts comparing you, it's because they are comparing themselves as well.
That happens?
Man, I wish somebody would compare with me.
Because I feel like I wouldn't even get to the stage of them being my partner if they did that.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah, I wouldn't get there.
No, I wouldn't.
I know how my attitude is. Like,
stank. I would just be stank.
I mean, when it comes to that, I'm a really nice person, but for you to compare me to somebody else, then go date them.
That's insulting, right?
Yes.
Peace. Okay.
Yeah, I don't foresee. I would hope that my partner does not do that. I'm saying that I don't think it would get to that stage.
It won't even get there.
Yeah, I don't think that it would. I hope that it would not.
Yeah, I'm telling y'all what not to do with them today, okay? Number 3, 6 of the worst conditions in a relationship. Number 3 is when your partner has enough time to hang out with other people but not you. And you know what? We talked about this on an earlier show. I get this a lot from the female viewers want to know, why does my man hang out with his friends all the time? That's one of the big questions. Why does he always hang out with my friends, but he won't hang out with me? Because he likes them. He don't like you all the time. He loves you, but he don't like you. So work on being more likable. That's the answer. Be a little bit more likable. I mean, because sometimes it's not always because they're clowning, playing, or hoeing. Sometimes they just really don't like your ass sometimes.
I would say that this is the part where I wonder if this has anything to do with emotional unavailability, because I've never seen a problem with the person that I'm dating spending time with their friends or their family members. Have your time with them.
You need autonomy.
Yes, and then we can have our time as well. Exactly. But if they're spending all of their time with other people, that's a different story. I would want to have a conversation of, okay, well, can you spend time with them maybe once a week? Well, you can have them that weekend and then have time for me the next week and something like that.
It's
somewhere
about
in the
the
middle.
compromise. It is. I mean, and that's the thing. Nobody's going to get their way all the time. But if somebody's not even willing to talk about it, run. They are totally, I'm telling you, run as fast as you can. If they are not even self-aware enough to know there is a problem, and then when you try to talk to them about it, and they're like, hell no. Okay, well, hell no, I'll just deuces to you too, okay?
That's funny how you always circle back around to something that I've been through. I'm like...
I can't help it. I may not know the details, but I can feel. I don't know.
That's
I can't
insane.
explain. This is why I do this. This is why I do the show, to show people this gift I have is bizarre.
Oh my God!
I be tapping into stuff I don't even know. That's how I know it's a gift, because it's almost like when I do this with people for matchmaking, it's almost like God shows me without the details. It's like I get the energy of it, not necessarily the details of it. Okay, well, you know, just saying. Anyway, number 4. Today we're talking about 6 of the worst conditions in a relationship. Number 4 is when they do something terrible and they have no regrets, and then they start doing the same thing over and often. It just becomes a pattern. Believe patterns, not people. Believe what people show you. You know what I'm saying? And so if they're doing something terrible and they're just like, damn that. If you have a problem with it, oh well, you better get over it. Run.
These really are the worst conditions.
These are the worst.
I'm like, my blood is boiling right now.
I know. I want to slap somebody.
I think in my past, I would allow it and accept it. Now I've gotten to the point to where if it happens twice, I'm like, what am I staying here for? There's no reason for me to stay. I'll chunk up the deuces quick.
Exactly.
I'm all about energy and positive vibes, and if it's not giving me that, then I gotta go.
Exactly. I'm the same way. I am literally, I'm allergic to negativity. I can't. I'm like, I've told one of my friends, I'm like, if you can't live with joy and on purpose, we can't. I can't. Like, I've already graduated myself. If you pull me back to who I used to be before I really went on my self-love journey and really got to this positive place, I can't be around that either. You know what I'm saying? So today, guys, we're talking to Amir Diamond. He is our Spotlight Single of the Week on the Sexy Single Sofa. We're looking for a mate for him. So if you want to meet Amir and you're going to treat him really well, then we will introduce you guys and send you on a date and then bring you back to do the reveal if it's a match made in Houston.
I'm looking for guys, by the way.
Okay, in case y'all missed the first part of the show.
Girls are out of the question.
Yes, okay. He's like I said, he's strictly dickly.
So yeah, that's another. I guess that would be a deal breaker if you're a girl.
If you're a girl, sorry, you have the wrong body parts. I know I've been trying to turn Jacob for years, but it ain't happening. Okay, number 5. 6 of the worst conditions in a relationship is you're a woman. No, I'm just kidding. 6 of the worst conditions in a relationship is when they stop asking, "How was your day?" and "Are you happy?" Man, that's basic friendship stuff right there. How are you? Hell, you drive through damn McDonald's and they want to know how you are. If your mate is not asking you how are you, but on that like genuine, let me check in with you. Are you happy? Are we good?
That's
are you
so
good?
sad.
No, that's real life. People are sitting here living with roommates that are spouses. I call it living with a ghost. When they're just, you're passing each other in the hall, but nobody speaks, nobody says anything, nobody's checking in with you. They don't give you that time, and they just really stop caring. I can't do that. For me personally, I'm not passive aggressive for sure, but I'm definitely aggressive enough that if I notice your energy is off, like, what's up?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna be like. Well, what's wrong?
Yeah.
I'm gonna want to go to counseling.
And you should.
Something.
And you should. And listen, guys, mental health is so important. We have shamed people for too long.
Meaning counseling with them.
With them, well, yeah. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying, because we've got to normalize getting mental help because this world is hard. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times it's chemical imbalances that we go through. It's just we've got to quit shaming people and quit acting like it's taboo to seek help, because help, that's what it's there for. You know what I'm saying? Go get some help. Go talk to somebody. And I agree with you, though, but that sets a testament to who you are in a relationship. Is your natural answer is go get help? That says a lot about you. That means you're in it to win it. That means you're gonna give up at the very last. Like, I've tried everything.
Yeah, so far that's the worst one.
Yeah,
right there.
That is.
Because it seems like that scenario is like towards the end of the relationship when it might not be nothing left.
Yeah.
You can't do anything.
They don't even give a damn, you know.
That's like that's the end of the relationship. I feel like.
I agree.
It could always turn around. You never know, but I don't know.
Probably with some mediation. And this is exactly why we do screening with our Amir date, because we want to catch the couples that are miserable and hate each other. We don't want them infecting the happy couples, you know. And then lastly, the last of the 6 of the worst conditions you could experience in a relationship is with time. The worst things happen when they start ignoring your calls, texts, and circumstances. Have you ever tried to... Because it's not always the obvious. It could be the subtle hate. Like, sometimes people pray for the enemy to be removed, but they want to say that because it could be the person they're sleeping with. Because sometimes the biggest hater, especially being in entertainment, the biggest hater could be the person that you're dating. Yeah, and they don't want you to win. They don't want you on... I mean, they're not going to support you being on top or taking them to the top with you because they don't even want you there. You know what I'm saying? So, to me, the worst thing is when you can't count on them, when they're not dependable, and you feel like they ignore you, and then you see them on social media or talking to other people, but they're just literally ignoring your texts, ignoring your calls, and then ignoring your circumstance. So what if you just got a new car and you're like, hey, I want to show you my new car, and they're like, oh, I don't have time right now, or they just blow you off. Hey, I got this new office, and oh, okay, that's great, it'll be there, I'll see it later. You see what I'm saying? When they just start making you feel like everything that's important to you is no big deal, and they're kind of hating on it and not supporting it, that feels really yucky. I'm
going to take some steps back if that situation were to happen. I think I would. I'm going to call
definitely.
It off.
Definitely. I mean, and like I said, I think that I think counseling can get to the bottom of a lot of things, but I live by 2 rules, Amir. I live by 2 rules.
I don't know about that one on that last one.
You're probably going to like this. I live by these 2 rules, and I promise you, it literally saves me so much time. People do what they want to do, and people do what you let them. If you just live by those 2 rules, I promise you, it will eliminate all the crap in your life. Because what the crap is when we see the pink and red flags and we ignore them, and it's those red flags that you ignore in the beginning are always usually what cause you the relationship in the end. You know? So, hopefully you guys will not have to go through any of those 6 worst relationships.
We will not have to go through that.
Those suck. But look into the camera and take a second to think about this. Look into the camera and think of your dream guy, your dream mate. And I want you to talk to him, because we're manifesting this. We are going to talk to him because we know he exists. We know he's working on himself. We know he's self-aware. We know that he's a giver, and he is a loyal person. He is a thoughtful person. He is emotionally available. All right, so I want you to speak into the camera and just take your time with it and talk to him and tell him, when you get me as a mate, finish a sentence.
Oh, I thought I was about to do something totally different. So that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
When you get me as a mate.
Yeah, but look at him and tell him, because this is going to be really cute when we have y'all's wedding. And I'm right way ahead, so we'll be at the wedding. We'll play this little video, and it'll be like, and then boom, he's going to be standing there, and you're like, oh my God, law of attraction really does work. Watch. Hey, boo, hey.
Hey. No, what's up? I just want to let you know that when you get me as a mate, just know that I've been praying for this, and I'm so excited that it finally happened, that I finally found love. I'm glad that we met. I'm glad that you're patient with me. I'm glad that you're kind. I'm glad that I met you through Amber Neal. And yes, I'm glad that we can be a couple that shows others that love can come.
Wow. I love that.
That love is real.
That's that Taurus for y'all. Hopeless romantic. Can't even help if they tried. But you better treat them right, because they like, y'all love hard. So it's like, don't come playing games with Amir, because he loves hard and he's like, he's ready.
I'm ready.
And no more emotionally unavailable guys, right? Right. And and then part B of that is, what do you want to do? Like, what kind of things do you want to do on your bucket list with your new man?
Oh, the first thing that I want to do, well, not the first thing, but one major thing that I want to do. I feel like this is like, so I don't know if the word is generic, but this is the thing that a lot of people want to do. I want to go to Paris.
Ooh.
With you. With you. I want to go to Paris with you and explore and sightsee and take pictures and eat good food. I'm ready for that.
Yeah, start with the good food, right?
Yes.
And any final thoughts you want to tell your new boo?
Final thoughts? No.
Okay.
No final thoughts.
What's your favorite color?
Favorite color is blue.
Blue. Oh, that's a happy color. I love that.
My favorite number is 23. My ring size, I don't know it yet.
That's so creepy you say 23, because I don't know what it is about that number, but I always see that number. Like, I always see 23. I don't know what that is. That's so weird.
I have an attachment to it because my birthday is April 23rd. So it's Taurus, which is the sign of the bull. And then Jordan was number 23, and he was on Chicago Bulls. So it's like,
cute. Okay. I got a little sports fan over here. Okay.
Well, I'm not a sports fan, but I did.
Michael Jordan. Yeah. Everybody, even if you don't watch sports, everybody.
You know who Michael Jordan is.
All right, guys. Well, we're gonna wrap up the show here in a minute, but I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I want to ask you. Kids. Would you date somebody with kids? You
for
want
sure.
Kids? Okay.
I do want kids. It's not. I mean, because I'm gay, I feel like I really wanted to have kids.
Too bad.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. I don't know what the word I'm looking for.
Natural
way.
Yeah.
I wanted to have them natural way, but since I can, I'm just like, I did consider adopting. If my mate ends up having kids, I feel like that would be perfect, because I do love kids.
Absolutely. And my mom's adopted, and that's one thing I really am passionate about, is really helping the kid. Man, you know, that's rough.
Well, I see a lot of like bad news stories to where the children aren't in loving homes.
Exactly.
So I would want to be a household for them to go to and to feel safe.
Aw, I love that. And you know, that's the number one thing to get people to open up for you, with you, is they need to feel safe. That's it, guys. You can't get vulnerable unless you feel safe. So be yourself. Be authentic. Don't wear a mask. Don't send your representative to the relationship, because they're going to find out who you are anyway. And if you want more information about Amir, hit up the show at the Amber Neal Show on Facebook. Send us some bio and a pic of you, and tell us why you feel like you would be a great mate for him. We'll send you guys out on some dates. We'll bring you back on the show to do the reveal, and then we'll start planning your wedding.
Or if you're watching and you have somebody in mind that you think might be perfect for me, then hit her up as well.
Exactly, and that's all I say. Even if you don't think there's a romantic situation in everybody you meet that you date, they might have friends. That's why I say wait and see if they got cuter friends. You know what I mean? All right, guys.
Appreciate you for having me. Thank you. I had a blast.
God, it was so much fun. I cannot
Seriously.
wait to help you find your boo thing, because there's nothing that makes me happier than putting love out in the world. And you are a one of a kind. You're a good soul. You truly are a total package, and we are going to help you find love here on the Amber Neal Show. And then, what's your social media? How do you want people to follow you and support you?
Social media. The thing that I use the most is my Instagram page at Amir Diamond. AMIR Diamond.
All right, guys, and don't hit him up for matchmaking. Y'all come through. If they hit you up, just refer them over here.
Okay, I'm gonna say go to her.
Yes, you
don't
have to go through me to get Amir. He's a great catch. I totally endorse him. He has a great spirit, beautiful soul. So.
And one last thing before you go, I just gotta say thank you to DJ Houston as well.
DJ Houston.
Because I ran into y'all at some event we were at. A short film movie premiere.
Yeah, the cinematic affair. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Sonia and Bradford Lowe. Congratulations on all your guys' success. And DJ Houston will be back with us next week. And tomorrow, we're not going to be on air. We've got the Boss Up Cruise. If you haven't got your tickets, go ahead and do that. And then this Saturday, catch me out at the Macy's Alameda Mall. I will be emceeing their back to school fall fashion show. For more information about that, y'all can go check out all of my information on amberneal.com. And thanks to our sponsors at Meridate for sponsoring the show. We have a gift for you for coming on today. We've got a 7-night resort getaway. I think it's up to 4 people, 3,500 locations that we're going to gift you for coming on and being on the show today. Courtesy of Meridate.com, guys.
I'll believe it when I see it.
We'll email it right now. All right, guys. We'll be back on Monday. Y'all have a great weekend. Thanks to Amir Diamond. And if you want to meet him, let us know.
Hurry up so you can go on this with me. I need a +1.
That's right, guys. Hey, already got a trip planned for you. So, hey, it's 3,500 locations around the world. So, y'all have a great weekend. And for more information, amberneal.com. We'll see y'all back on Monday. Have a great week.
Meridate, Houston's first private social club for couples.
Chris and I met on MySpace. We started doing music together first, and then we became really good friends, and we were friends for about 5 years. And then we started dating each other in 2008. By February 2009, we were engaged, and by November 2009, we were married. We have 3 children together that we have raised, and we have traveled the world together and eaten some of the best food in the world, and collectively have just built up an amazing network of friends and family and a circle of people that we just love and care about, and they continue to motivate and we continue to motivate them. We build our energy on our relationship with the energy that we can give to other people and the effect that we can have on other people's lives. And we're going on 12 years strong this year through all the obstacles and the goods and the bads. We're still together, and we're here to share our story.
Join Meridate today by visiting www.meridate.com.
Ready for the one and only gentleman, live from Houston, Texas. It's the go-to girl, professional comedian, TV producer, and founder of Marriedate.com. It's millionaire Max.